Hello to all my friends on the interwebs who love miniatures. I'm Dakian. It's a Monday and I'm here to ramble. It is Monday the 28th of March 2022 and we have an impressive grand total of 12 finished minis this week as well. And most of them pirate themed. Turns out this guy being eaten by beetles, he's dressed like he's got a World War I or II era military uniform on him. Turns out. So I painted it, it's sort of khaki. And I painted the beetles a metallic blue. It's supposed to have a bluish sheen, just to make them stand out. Could have made them darker, but I felt that the mini was a little bit dark. I needed contrast. Everything else is just about pirates. These three are metal pirate minis from Reaper. We have the Dodo and the Halfling pirate. And in the back we have the Bones pirates. We have the Otter Kin pirates, the Catfolk pirates, and the Oyster, who's not a pirate, but he's got a treasure. He's given up his pearl. Just please don't kill me. These were all pretty fun to paint. And I'm glad they're done, and I enjoyed painting them, but I'm also glad that I'm done with the pirates. Well, not quite done. I have one more batch of stuff in prep that will hopefully be finished by next week, and then we can sort of put this pirate theme behind us for a long while. Maybe forever. I don't know if I need more than the several dozen pirate minis I have now. Yeah. But we've been keeping up a good pace, and well, you'll see. I'm not going to show off these more right now. You'll see still pics of them at the end. That'll have to be enough. And yeah, that's it for now. Let's move on to works in progress. On my work table here, you see the models that are the furthest along. We have the final three Metal Reaper pirates that I have. We have the Bones Waghalter, funny name, and we have a Bonesium a Werebat. Now, these all have a lot of paint on them. They're semi-finished, like 10 to 20% finished, depending on the model. And I'm gonna bring, I think, these four to the game store tonight to paint and probably finish up. So, leaving the rest of the week, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, to get this guy done and the guys I'm gonna show you next, which don't have as much paint on them. Yep, these are the very last of the Brine Wind set. Sort of prepped. These guys have been primed. Perhaps you can't tell, but they're not gray anymore. They're sort of a light brown color, which is, well, it's this primer here, Israeli sand. And the Ogre Porter has only been cleaned and glued together so far. I haven't gotten around to priming him yet. He is going to be a little tricky. I felt like I had needed to assemble it completely. Getting at the underside of the card to paint it is going to be a little tricky, but of course nobody's going to look there, so I can just use a long brush to splash some dark paint in there and it'll be fine. I don't need to highlight and you know, be very careful with that portion. It's the part sort of visible from above that's important. And yeah, we shall see what becomes of these guys. So for next week, let's change things up a bit. I've gotten a bit bored with all Reaper all the time, nothing but Reaper. So a few weeks ago I got these minis. These are mostly from Hassle-Free. There's 3 dwarves from Hassle-Free Minis. and a goblin from Redbox, which I bought via Hassle-Free. And I thought that would be a nice change of pace. It's still fantasy sort of player character figures, humanoid figures, but you know, a little bit different. Also, from a package I got a few weeks ago, these 5 golems of various kinds from Reaper. We got the flesh golem, the clay golem, stone golem, iron golem, and a wood golem, which is a little bit more unusual. The first 4 are, you know, classical, though the stone golem does not have the classical shape. It's shaped like some sort of hippopotamus man statue, which is a bit unusual, but it does say stone golem, so yeah. Also, not to leave the Bones 5 Kickstarter stuff out of it completely, I pulled this guy. Here it is upside down. Its name is Goroloth. It's a kind of a big fish creature. I painted a Goroloth that came with the previous Bones Kickstarter, Bones 4. This one looks slightly different, but it's a big fish with tentacles in the front. Kind of like a small aboleth, maybe. Anyway, this was from the add-ons, and the reason I chose this one is, well, A, I wanted a bigger miniature to work on, because I chose some very small ones this week. Also, the next thing, now that I'm done with the Brinewind expansion, the next expansion from Bones 5 I'm going with is, I forgot its name. It's the underwater one. It's the one with all the sea creatures. And so the Goroloth fits with that theme. It's the only one of the add-ons that's really a sea creature. Nothing else. I got a lot of add-ons, a lot of the bonus extra minis, but only this one really fits the nautical theme. So it's a little complicated, a lot of stuff to glue together, but I think I can manage it. They're usually pretty good about this. And there's some minor assembly of the Iron Golem, and I'm going to have to base these guys somehow, a little bit creatively perhaps, we'll see. And hopefully all this stuff will be prepped and ready to paint by next Monday. So that was this episode. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. I mean, if you stayed this long, you must have. So please give it a thumbs up. And comment and subscribe and, you know, all the usual stuff. You know, I never I never say ring the bell or the notification icon, because I feel that's kind of dumb. I don't know what it's for, because if you're subscribed to a channel, you just look in your subscription feed. There's a page called subscriptions. And it's very unusual that something doesn't show up there. It's happened to me like once in a blue moon, like a couple of times a year, that a video from a channel I'm subscribed to does not show up on the subscription page. I mean, I've heard people say it happens to them all the time. I don't know what that's about. But for me, it's very, very unusual. So I never do it, because then I would get swamped with notifications, and I don't want that. And I don't expect anybody else to do it either. Well, that side note finished. I'm going to close out this video by just reminding you to be back here. Same day next week, same channel, same Dakian, who's now signing off.